Hey guys, what's going on? Joel here, and welcome to Back in the Day, and welcome to the second part of what I had kind of billed in my Super Mario Bros. 2 unboxing to be a very, very special unboxing for me. Today we're going to be doing Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. This is a game that for me, for the Christmas of 1989, this was the absolute kind of pinnacle for me. It was one that I had wanted for quite some time. I mean, it has its roots for me a little bit in 1988. Like I had said, you know, my friend Eddie Fenner, he had Super Mario Bros. 2 and Zelda 2. Zelda 2 I had played a little bit, not a whole lot. It wasn't until 1989 rolled around that really my love affair with this game began. It had begun really with this, the Game Player's Strategy Guide to Nintendo Games. I got this in the summer of 1989. And, I mean, Nintendo Power was already out, but, I mean, these were on newsstands, and, you know, they were like $3 or $4 a piece. And I remember I got this one, and I think it was the issue after it. And I remember kind of reading through this. This is one that I would like to actually do, maybe a showcase of later, kind of go through, because these were, not as well known. I mean, they were kind of well known, but not to the extent, obvious, of Nintendo Power or GamePro. But nonetheless, I mean, they were still out there. And this one in particular had Zelda 2, basically a walkthrough. People wrote in letters, and it was essentially a walkthrough of the game. So I remember that summer really reading cover to cover this magazine, but really focusing on Zelda 2 and just becoming, you know, I don't want to say obsessed, but just enthralled with the game and everything that was in it. And I wanted to play it. I wanted it for Christmas. I knew that I was getting a Nintendo for Christmas, and I wanted Zelda 2 in the worst way. So much to my surprise and excitement when I received this for Christmas. Truth be told, I actually knew that I was getting. My parents were terrible with keeping secrets, and it wasn't that I had gone snooping for it. My mom and dad were just bad at that kind of stuff. And I remember one evening in the summer, my mom and I went to the local mall to go shopping, and right in the middle of the store, right while I was there, she purchased Super Mario Bros. 2 and Bases Loaded, and I was like, but I don't have a Nintendo. And she's like, yeah, but you're getting one. And I said, oh, okay, well, I kind of wanted Zelda 2. And it was in the case right next to Super Mario Bros. 2, and my mom's like, I already bought it for you. So I knew that I was getting it, but I mean, it was just that excitement. I mean, after reading this and then getting Zelda 2, and the memories for me with playing this game are just unreal. Just so, with Mike Keebler, my best friend, I remember actually bringing this magazine over to his house, in the October of '89. Sorry, that's the dog being an idiot. You know, just watching him play Zelda 2, using the strategy guide to kind of get through parts of the game, and just really being amazed at the overworld and the dungeons, and like I said, for me, this was the game. And that winter break, nothing really exemplifies that winter break as much as this game does. So for me, this is a very special unboxing, and I it's not that it's a rare game. It's a pretty common game, but it's a popular title, so that makes it more desirable. So, and I don't like to do my desirable games all kind of willy-nilly and just, hey, I like to throw them out for special occasions. And like I had said with Super Mario Bros. 2, I thought, what better time than the Christmas of 2019 being the 30-year mark that I had got this game. I mean, it's hard to believe. This game is 31 years old. I mean, that's crazy. And it's one of the few games that still holds up. I know that it catches a lot of shit, but for me, it's still probably my favorite Zelda game. Not because it's particularly good, but just because of the memories. I mean, I look at it with nostalgia-covered glasses. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into unboxing this bad boy. I'm going to move the magazine off to the side. Love, love, love this cover. I mean, I know that the original Zelda has such an iconic cover, but to me, I love the Master Sword. I love the artwork in this. I mean, that's just fantastic. The gold that comes through the little window. And this one is in very, very good shape. I picked this up. This was one of the first games that I picked up when I had started into my collection. Because originally for me, and I've said this in older videos, when I started collecting the games, it was originally I was just going to get what I had. And I kind of started with the games that I got first, which were Super Mario Brothers 2, Zelda 2, and Bases Loaded. So I got those three right off the bat with collecting. So I've had this for quite some time. Like I said, just in very, very beautiful shape. I mean, it's got a few little nicks and dinks. It's almost impossible to find like really pristine, especially games of this caliber. You know, like without any issues with them. But on the boxes, I mean. But the screenshot, the overworld, and then hello in the town. So yeah, let's go ahead and open this up and see all the goodies inside. I mean, the flap is still, everything is still very, very much in just really good condition. This one I like to try to, I don't get into this one very often simply because of all of the stuff that's in it. And, I like to, like I said, I like to keep everything in very good condition. So let's go ahead. This one actually has two different posters. I should actually take one of these and put them into another game. So here was the first poster. This one's an older one. Yes, a much older poster, actually. Actually, good vibes. When you watch this, if you could let me know maybe what year this is from, perhaps I could find an older game that this would be better suited to be put into. It's got all the old classic, the black box, everything black box on here. It's interesting that that one says Punch-Out. This is clearly an older one, but it says the Punch-Out, not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Duck Hunt, Hogan's Alley, Wild Gunman. There's a lot of these light gun games I've never played other than Duck Hunt. I've never played Wild Gunman or Gumshoe or Hogan's Alley. I may have played Hogan's Alley. Then here we have slalom, pro wrestling, volleyball, golf, soccer, baseball, tennis, 10-yard fight, Donkey Kong 3, Mario Brothers, Popeye, Donkey Kong, Kung Fu, balloon fight. Tried Urban Champion a few years back, did not care for it. Pinball, love pinball. Clue Clue Land, Donkey Kong Jr., Ice Climber, Stack Up, Gyromite, Muck Rider, Wrecking Crew. I always say that's the Overkill game, since there's an Overkill song called Wrecking Crew. Good song. Excite Mike. Pardon me, the dog is barking. Donkey Kong Jr. Math, Adventure of Link, Kid Icarus, The Legend of Zelda, Metroid, and Super Mario Brothers. So, yeah. Yeah, good vibes. If you could let me know what year this one was actually from. Oh, it says here 86. Huh, wonder what that one's packed in with. But there's that, and then we have, here's the much newer one, actually. Yeah, this is actually very new. Much newer poster, I think. Looks it. Yeah, because we have like Barker Bill's Trick Shooting. Super Team Games. Short Order Explode. So, yeah. So it's not like full-on complete in box, but let's look at the beautiful cartridge. Love that gold. I remember this one kid that he was a friend for a short period of time, but he was the biggest bullshitter, and he tried convincing me, and I believed it because I was dumb, but I was only like 10 or 11 years old, that they used real flecks of gold in these cartridges. It's like, really? Beautiful, clean label. Love the shininess. Looks great. So, now on to the instruction manual. I loved this instruction manual as a kid. I used to just look over it and read it and reread it, and I love the artwork in it. Like I said on the Super Mario Bros. 2 video, this Nintendo first-party stuff, you just cannot beat their old-school instruction manuals. I mean, the artwork, just the amount of info that was packed into them, the whole story. Little did we know when we were playing this back then that this was actually a prequel. It wasn't a true sequel. That was always one of my favorite pictures. Illustrated overworld map of Hyrule. This one's going to be a long video. I'm already looking at the timer, and we're at already over 12 minutes. You're creating a character. Started playing through this not all that long ago on my NES Classic, and I'm at the final palace. Got all these games going on right now, and I've not finished any of them, and I'm really bad at that. Like, I'll start something, which I'm not a procrastinator. I always finish what I start, but for whatever the reason with games lately, I've just been, other than Link's Awakening, like whatever I start, I've not finished. I'm almost done with A Link to the Past, playing through that. This, obviously, I've got a few other games. Hated these things. Dars, I think. Yeah. Here it talks about the different swordsmen, where you learn the up thrust and the down thrust. I think it's cool how they incorporated that into later games. Like the one I remember in particular was Twilight Princess, which I really enjoyed. And the angry video game nerds take on, what's Link actually doing in the house with this chick. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different memes and jokes that come with this, and I think they've kind of been beaten to death, so that's why I will not repeat any of them. I always thought it was interesting, too, how, like, with the keyholes, and I remember reading it in that Game Player's magazine, that you could turn into a fairy if you didn't have a key. You could just use the fairy spell and fly through it, and it didn't exactly work, though, if you were going in for an item. I don't think you could pick it up. The dog is whining, as usual. He actually turned 2 years old yesterday, so yes, happy birthday to him. Different spells. Different items, such items throughout the game. All right, so that is it. So I certainly hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really have enjoyed just kind of telling the story of my memories with this and everything therein. But once again, I hope everybody has had a Merry Christmas. New Year's coming up. Like I said, I'm hoping to do a perhaps an end of the year vlog, kind of recapping 2018 or sorry 2019. But I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. Gonna have a buddy of mine's coming over on New Year's Eve. We're gonna have some beer and some sausage hoagies with peppers and onions, and I think I'm making brownies. My wife's making buffalo chicken dip, so it's gonna be a good time with some beer and good food. We're gonna ring in the new year. Maybe I get some footage of it, throw it up. Us being drunk, maybe acting stupid. Who knows? But at any rate, hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Look forward to some more unboxings in the new year. And until then, you guys take her easy. All right, see ya.